Thursdays. It's your main man, Tone Hollywood, right here. This is what we do. We bring somebody from the community to come on by and talk to us, have a great conversation, maybe promote something they got going on. And what I have right here, this is going to be another time where we really represent for the community, because I have some entrepreneurs up in the building. I have a black-owned business up in the building. I have a woman-owned business up in the building. Can we please go ahead and give it up for my amazing guests that are here for Come Through Thursdays. The ladies, the lovely, awesome, amazing ladies of Girls That Fade. What's going on?
Hey.
Now, you guys go ahead, got to introduce yourself. We got the camera on, everything, lights, camera, actions on. Go ahead, introduce yourselves.
Okay, hey y'all. So my name is Bria. I am the owner of Girls That Fade. I've been a barber for about 10 years. I'm super excited to be here with Tone Hollywood.
Thank you.
And 100.5 The Vibe. And this is the lovely all-star barber.
I am Benita Love. I am B Love Cutz. I am his barber.
Yep.
And I've been doing this about 30 years now.
30 years.
Yes.
Long time coming. So I got so many questions. Okay, the first math question is going to be,
Y'all already told him I'm not answering no math.
Okay, there won't be no bad questions. But I do have to ask you, I mean, what brought this on? What made you want to start your own, not only just your own business, but to start a business, in the barbering world, in this cosmetology type world?
All right, so about 10 years ago when I got into the industry, of course, women being in the industry wasn't that popular back then.
Right.
So I dealt with a lot of men being like, I'm not letting no girl cut my hair. It's a lot of pushback, a lot of negativity. And I started this brand called Girls That Fade, and it started off as just like an empowerment brand, and then I was like, this could be like a whole shop, because women need a safe space in the industry where we can go and just feel like the support and the love from from each other. So I went to this event in New York, and that just kind of even more pushed me to want to start the brand, because when we were talking about statistics and situations that happen in the industry that people don't really talk about, as far as like sexual assault or a whole bunch of other things, it just kind of really made me want to just create like a space in the industry that could be like just a light for female barbers, for customers that have came into shops and felt like uncomfortable because it wasn't professional, or whatever. I just really wanted to create like a professional, just welcoming environment in the industry, and just something different. We're an upscale grooming lounge, so we try to provide that like place to relax, and we just want it to be different, and set the tone in the industry. So
well, it was, and you know what? I hate to be such a man, okay? 'Cause I know how we get down in the barbershops.
Yeah,
I know the male conversation in the barbershop. No disrespect to my male barbershops. I mean, I was raised in them. I've went to all my life. But there's a time and a place sometimes where the conversation can get a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And when it comes to women coming into the shop and stuff. So it was that, like you said, that was kind of something, kind of the vibe. You were kind of like, So I can just imagine being a female barber.
Oh, most definitely.
And then being amongst that conversation. Yes. So were you around some types of conversations when you were doing it? It was like,
I want to say conversations. I mean, there are some really good shops out there that don't have that type of environment.
Gotcha.
But I will say, a couple of the shops that I worked in coming up were definitely that environment, and it only took them maybe about like a week before they were like, okay, this is our sister, we can act like our true selves.
Oh boy.
And, it's back to whatever they want to do in there. Talk about whatever, do whatever, watch whatever on the TV, So not to bash male barbershops, because male-owned barbershops are very, they created the whole barber industry and the vibe and stuff, but just having our shop is just providing something a little different. We get a lot of moms that don't want to take their sons to the shop because they like, girl, I'm sick of being looked at or whatever. So it's a lot more than just even the conversations. It's just the whole environment. It's just, we try to be different. So
yeah, it's crazy. I've never forget being in the barbershop, and then the conversation could be about sports.
Yeah.
But when a mother comes in and brings their son to get a haircut, it's like,
oh yeah, y'all getting quiet. Everybody putting on their little different voice. Eyes is following.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even the barber turn the person around in the chair, like,
and the client and the barber.
I be like,
it's like, Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing, Miss Parker?
It's literally.
Exactly. Little boy getting a haircut today.
Right.
I got him. Okay, B,
You got it down pat.
I've done it. You know what I'm saying? I've just seen it since I've been an observant.
Oh, okay.
Person. I'm very
cool.
observant.
Just an actor.
Yes. I'm just there.
He's a paid actor.
Someone call it a plant. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an industry funder. Stop. B, talk to me. Tell your story about when you got started in barbering. You've got a rich history. Over 30 years?
Yes.
Come on with it.
Third generation barber. My grandfather was a barber. My father was a barber. I'm the only female barber.
Wow.
Out of them all.
What made you see that what they were doing and decided that that's what you wanted to do?
I never really thought this is what I would be doing.
Really?
We was kids. I'm a twin.
Okay.
So we used to run and sweep up the hair in the barber shop and didn't know that down the line I would be a barber. I was a electronic technician in the Navy, and I got degrees in electronics. And in the end, the last school I went to was barber, and I've been sticking with it ever since.
Wow, sticking with it ever since.
It's a beautiful art.
It is. You really transform people. They come in there thinking one way and leaving another, feeling like $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, you are the reason why some of these men shoot their shot.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely.
They may not feel like they're going to shoot the shot when they walk in, but then after they get that fresh cut, you put that mirror in there, you're like, you know what I'm saying? They look at themselves like,
hold on. You see the confidence.
Yes.
You know what? I am going to talk to Tracy over there on third shift.
Exactly.
I'm going to go ahead and talk to her today. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's got to be an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
To be
not
able to transform
away
somebody.
from male barbers, but females will pay attention to things that men won't.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll pay attention to detail.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's because it's a woman intuition thing, or
Yes.
you know.
No, I think it's more we know what women are looking at.
What?
know, yeah.
Say that again.
We know what women are looking at. Like, we know what woman is gonna,
pay attention
look
to.
down and up for, so we can give you tips on that. You know,
Pay attention to how that fade is really, fading.
Or if your edge up is crazy.
I believe that females know what look good on a man, and I think men hairstylists are pretty good too because they know what look good on a woman.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
So either one can chime in. You've had experience where somebody came in, wanted something, and he was like,
I do it all the time.
I do it all the time. She is the goat of that.
You really want to wear that? You should do this, and they let me do it.
Okay.
And they love it.
And they love it.
Yes,
yep.
every time.
Every suggestion.
Yeah.
How about you? If you had to.
Yeah,
I mean.
We do it. I feel like we do it a lot just because, one, with us being women in the industry, some men might think it'll be like a little awkward having a female barber, but they actually become like our brothers, and they trust us and they trust our opinion. So a lot of times most of the men will ask, like, what do you think I should do? What do you think looks good on me? And then we tell them, like, well, you want me to be honest? We should do a taper because you receding a little bit. You want to hide it, or we'll be like, you need to let it go. Like, it's an honest, open conversation, and we know what looks good, so we're gonna help you look good because we don't want to send you out there looking bad.
Well, someone came in and he had this old man haircut going on, and I was like, why are you wearing this haircut?
Ask him why did he have that old man haircut.
Ask him what?
In a nice way, in a joking way.
I understand. I know how he talks, so I know. I know it came. If it came out harsh or not, I know it gave him a great place.
Exactly, great place.
I know it did.
Because I knew that this would look better on you than this.
Yes, gotcha.
And he trusted me. He's been rocking that haircut now.
See?
Yes. And when he got out that chair, that back was up straight.
And that walk.
Because you have some theme music going like,
yes. Like,
oh, no.
You see it in their face when they get out that chair. It's a whole different person. So.
And how about a new look? Sometimes they be wearing the same look for 5-10 years. Don't you get tired of that? Let's switch it up. Switch it up.
Once again, we're holding down with Girls That Fade. I'm so glad you guys are here because I've had so many questions, but I just want to give you props for doing what you're doing and being able to maintain in the industry that is male driven, and to be in this area, to be in Norfolk. There's so many barbers here. I came from South Carolina where there wasn't as many barbers, but you're really competing with so many. But the vibe, the aesthetic of the shop. Tell me about what made you come up with that, because there's some barbers that I know they play whatever they want to play in there, and the environment might be a little rough. You never know who's going to walk in there. So what made you? I mean, it's really sometimes it's jazz, sometimes it's gospel.
Yeah.
I mean, what made you want to go with that?
I feel like some great advice I got from, it was a social media influencer. I'm trying to think of his name. He's a barber. I can't think of it right now. But he said to make your shop like you, and the right people will come. And I don't know. For me personally, with us having a very diverse shop, I try to play stuff that's just kind of like, I don't want to play anything that's just like negative or just, sometimes some of my clients be like, you always in love. Who you in love with? I'm like, I'm not in love. I just like R&B. Like, it's chill. Right. We can just play a little R&B, but we switch it up. So we might do R&B, we might do gospel. It's really just like whatever is going to set the mood, because a lot of our clientele, they're in a very busy type job. Like, they're on the go. Right. So when they come to us for that hour, we want that hour to be the most relaxing, calming hour that they have had for probably their whole week, because most of our clients are just like, they're business people, you know what I mean? Right. Or they're entrepreneurs, they're on the go. So we just try to set the vibe and stuff that's like uplifting and positive, or love, because go be in love.
So with that being said, and I've heard different things since I've been there, but I mostly have heard gospel. So who's an artist that that really sets the mood for you? Who's somebody that or a playlist, say, what, I'm gonna go to this playlist right here. This is gonna set the mood up right.
Yes. Now Luther Vandross, I feel like is a like, we both will be like, who you want to hear today, and we'll be like, let's put on some Luther. Or sometimes we go into like our old school R&B bag. If I was to say new school, it might be someone like her, PJ Morton. Snow Allegra. Like just neo soul / R&B type. Nice. Now Luther is he's gonna be the GOAT forever and always. We throw that on, and everybody in the shop be singing. It don't matter if they're white, Asian, right, black. It don't matter. So
What about you, B?
Well, I have special ones.
Okay.
I have special clients, and sometimes we'll listen to old stuff like Switch.
Okay.
And we'll groove.
Yeah.
I love old school.
Yes.
But then you might catch me on a good day, and it's reggae.
Okay.
We were playing reggae the other day.
Dance hall reggae, or just like
dance hall?
Ooh.
Now see, I think I'm the trouble. I'm the one that, because I'll be the one that be like, I want to listen to this today, and I come through the door bubbly.
Yes.
So we already know it's going to be one of those
days. You don't break out in mid cut into the butterfly, do you?
No,
you don't start bolting.
I'm about to say she hits some beat though.
I get my little groove on. I might sing to the hair too.
Exactly. What? Definitely sings to the hair. I'm shocked you ain't had that happen.
I gotta see what the reggae playlist is. I gotta, find out what songs is that makes you get motivated. Like, you're always so smooth and so cool with it. I can't picture, you doing the World of Girl or something like that.
Ask my hips.
The hips don't lie.
Yeah,
the hips don't lie.
Them hips screaming now. Somebody should have told us years ago that she need to calm it down. You're going to feel it when you get older.
Did you throw your hip out doing the butterfly? Or
I didn't throw it out. Okay. I just worked it.
Extra oil.
Yeah, I really favorite my left side too. All that winding.
Yeah.
All that winding.
Well, everybody tends to have a certain side to wind is better than others. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm about to say that left side.
Yeah.
The left side.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
See, I'm right-handed too. So that left side, when I do the left-handed wind, that's like, The right one looks a little awkward. I kind of wobble a little bit when I'm doing the right side. But that left side, catch me on the right day with a red stripe or something.
Not a red stripe. Oh Lord. He's taking it all the way.
You know what I'm saying? Or, we get some of that vodka and Red Bull. I'm drinking rum and Red Bull. Sorry, my bad. My bad, see?
It'll do that to you, though. So we go off of the vibe of the shop. So if everybody is in the shop, and it's one of those moments where our clients are interacting, we're interacting, then we might put on something a little more uplifting. But I think we just really, me and her both just do our best to kind of listen to the vibe of the shop. Like, we really check in with our clients, see where their head is at, and like figure out like, okay, what does everyone need in this moment?
Yeah.
You know, do we need to like uplift each other and get a little hype? Or do we need to like chill, relax, you know?
Or somebody going through something, it's definitely gospel.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And we praying.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
We are going to pray.
We're
going to give you hugs.
See, and that's just the thing. We built it.
Yeah.
Everything that we do, Christ is in it.
Yes.
You know, and we're just in tune with what's going on with the people.
Right.
And we do what we do. You know, men sometimes don't slow down until they're in a barber chair.
Yeah.
So we make sure that we take care of them.
Yes.
Right. We need it.
Yeah, you really do. They know how to pamper everybody else and don't know how to pamper themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
We
That's
definitely
where Girls That Fade come in.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's no, for real.
Facials.
Yes. The whole nine.
Chair massage.
Yes.
Yeah,
You got to
good.
get in that massage chair.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You do. I forgot you had that.
Zero gravity.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want y'all gonna put me to sleep.
Yeah.
And that's
That's the goal.
And that's
Next
the
thing you know,
goal.
You know,
That's the goal.
just don't wake up looking for your wallet.
somebody got
Just
it.
joking. Just
Somebody
kidding,
got
guys.
me.
Just kidding. It's a joke.
You see?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Every joke has some truth to it, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, stop! Now somebody done ran my bill up.
It don't take the whole while. That might take $5.
Did you take $5? That's just a service fee, girl. You go make it count. When it comes to even the setup with the barbershop, did you look around for a lot of places before, or did you find this one like immediately?
No, so I actually, when I came in, I bought the shop as a turnkey.
Okay.
And so it was it really felt like God just was like, here you go, because I had been looking for a shop for a while. The shop was in great condition, great decor. It had the decor that he had was a little bit different than what I wanted, but it was really good for me to start off with. So for me, like I said, wanting to create like that upscale grooming lounge, I just wanted it to look kind of like, I don't really know, not like a spa, but like, just like I wanted it to look like an upscale barbershop. Like when they come in, I didn't want it to look like the barbershops that you see everywhere else. You know what I mean? Most barbershops go for like the sports vibe or, you know, the hangout spot, the man cave. I wanted to do more like, no, like this is like for you to come and relax, but we are like professional upscaling here. So you
got to picture Harry Belafonte up there. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? We got the people in there. We got James Brown and them in the back.
Right.
But it's really just more so, I don't know, just setting the vibe. Like, you know, when people come in, I want them to feel like, oh snap, this is nice.
I definitely felt that the first time I went in there.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying because y'all, there's no cap on that, but I definitely felt a different vibe when I walked in.
Good.
There,
that's what we shoot for. You know, we trying to get our we're gonna get our bar up front, and you know, in the future, we got some good things coming because we really want it to be upscale.
Okay.
And you know, relaxing. So yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You have some waitresses that comes in?
Nah, we so it's just gonna be like one little drink. We ain't doing no mixology up in there. Gotta get this haircut.
Just checking. Just checking.
But we gonna have like, you know, if you want to get you a little you know, Woodford Reserve.
Okay.
On a little, you know, we got a little fancy ice cube for you.
Okay.
A cute little cup, little Girls That Fade cups like this. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna make it real. We just want it to be very upscale.
Gotcha.
Like when I say that, I feel like it's because the men that we service, and I mean we service women too, but our customers and our clients, they deserve upscale. You know what I mean? The world is crazy.
It is.
When you come through this door, we want it to just be like, all right, let me turn off everything for an hour.
The worst thing ever is to walk into work trauma. I remember I was at a barbershop years ago, and apparently a scrap had happened the day before I went there between a customer and the actual, the customer and the barber of something that happened some other time. So when I got there the next day, when I went to get my hair cut, they all were laughing about it, right? You know, it was all fun and games. And then
the customer walked
in with like his brother.
Oh Lord!
And so when my barber was cutting my hair, when they were telling the story and talking all that stuff, he noticed he looked and he could see who it was. He was like, okay. He said, I'm probably going to have to hurry up. I was like, what's going on? And then the guy that got into the scrap, he didn't have anybody in his chair. So he literally was just chilling, like telling the story, what happened and stuff like that. And then he peeped it first. He said, yo. And then the guy that I guess he got in a fight with was at the door, and then the brother just walked in. It's like, yeah, I heard somebody here got a problem with my brother. And then everybody got quiet.
Oh God!
You know, I got quiet. I'm like, I got half a fade. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got half a taper, a fade. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there like, what's about to go down? And then all of a sudden, like five guys just come walking in.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And I was like, and then the barber, you know, I don't know if it was the fear of flight or whatever, but he was just like. So he put his equipment down and said, what's up? I said, no,
not here.
No, and then my homeboy who ran the shop was like, yo, hold, calm down.
Yeah.
And so he took the thing, he took the smock off me, and he's like, you know, so he was trying to talk sense to everybody.
Yeah.
But it was about to go down.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I never felt safe there after that. And it's no disrespect to the barber. He's an amazing barber. After that, I never felt safe there again.
I wouldn't either.
You never know what's going to happen.
You know,
Right.
You know?
And I don't understand why people do that. Why y'all want to fight right here?
Yes.
He gonna put his stuff down and talk about, all right, what's up?
Right.
No.
He
go
didn't say step outside. Nothing
right.
It was
you
like,
feel scary, so.
I'm like,
you're not gonna mess with
Try
my
to get
money.
right.
Right.
Go
I'll
outside.
tell you, like, I'm here to work. I'm
Yes.
here to do a job.
right.
A beautiful art. And who needs that?
Right.
Who needs that? And I don't want to be in no environment like that.
Exactly.
I've been in shops where there was weed sold out of it. You know, there's all kinds of shops out there.
Yeah.
And I call myself being in retirement until I met her.
Really?
Yeah.
You were done with it?
I came, yes.
What made you want to get out of it?
Well, I had to look after my sister.
I got you. Okay.
You know, so, and I really enjoyed it. It's been a long time that I sat around and did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I sat down for 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah. So I was visiting a friend, and I seen the name change to this shop, and I had to come check it out.
Yeah.
And she said she needed barbers.
Yes.
There we go.
And I said, Lord, I know you're not bringing me out of retirement.
Yep, he sure was.
And
then-
he sure did.
And then it happens.
Listen, I will rock with her until the wheels fall
I
off.
love that.
That's my girl.
You
I
nice.
was praying. I was like, God, you done give me this business idea.
Yeah.
They gave me this shop. I'm putting my work in.
There we go.
Where are the people at? And then, like, I think that same week, Benita called was like, yo, I'm coming. I was like, come on, let's go. Please. But no, it's just, you know, it's hard to find quality barbers because, like you said, like, a lot of shops have, you know, they'll take what they can get just because it's so hard to find quality people in the industry.
Right.
So, you know, I didn't want that. So for me, it was really hard finding people. Like, I'm very protective over my space.
Right.
So you're not coming in it if you full of drama. You don't, you know, we are very protective. So yeah, I was like, I'll be by myself before I let drama be in here because it's not going to happen.
I don't blame you. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah. And Benita came and she was just like a light. All the clients, my clients have been rocking with me. Most of my clients have been with me for like some from the beginning.
I bet.
And majority like the past 5 years. And all of them were like, who is that? I love her. Like, they all love Benita. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, she is a go. It's working. And that's when it started feeling like the wheels was turning. I was like, okay, great. We got this. All right, guy. You know, not saying I stopped trusting them, but it was like, all right, I see. I just got to be patient. You know, so yeah.
And speaking of patience, and I think I would do a disservice if I didn't have you explain this since you're here, since you're a black-owned business, woman-owned business, you know. Can you tell us the time it took from the second you thought of the idea to where we are now? Like, how long did that take? Because some people don't know. Some people, you know, they see your success, they think it might happen overnight.
Yeah.
You know, you see all these influencers and stuff. You don't really know the real struggle. So how long did it take you to get to this point?
So I believe I started Girls That Fade, my LLC. I got it in 2017, I think, 2016, 2017. And I was working at Sport Clips actually, and I left Sport Clips because I knew that eventually I wanted to be like, no offense to Sport Clips, but be like a real barber.
Gotcha.
And actually, you know, do some real cuts. And I left and I went to what I call a real barbershop. And yeah, it took about, I would say, I got that shop about 2 years ago. So yeah, it took a while.
Yeah, okay.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? From 2017 to 2023, and it never. And really, when it happened, it seemed like overnight because it literally was just the opportunity that popped up. Like,
Yeah.
I had been saying I wanted a shop. Every shopping center I was going to was like either no, or the rent was super high, or they didn't want a barbershop in the area, or there was already a barbershop across the street. And I just kept looking, and then I was venting to one of my clients. I was like, bro, I want to have a shop one day, but none of these places want to shop. And he was like, oh, my friend is selling his shop. And I was like, what?
You think, what?
And so, yeah.
Radar.
Yeah, exactly. So I went and looked, and it was just literally like the perfect opportunity. So I took that risk and just jumped on it.
Right.
And, you know, I'm even though it has been a ride, I am so grateful that I did, because I've learned so much. If I would say anything to any business owner about, like, is it overnight success or anything, no, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, and just a lot of faith, really.
Yeah.
Like a ton of faith, and just knowing that you can't give up. Like, if you have that vision, you just got to do whatever you can until that vision comes true. You know what I mean? You can't give up on it. So
I love that.
Mention Kathy.
Oh, yeah. And then I said that I was looking for a mentor, and Benita actually hooked me up with the previous owner she had worked with, named Kathy. Yeah. And because it is hard, like, I also recommend any business owner get a mentor. I haven't had a chance to work with her much yet, but in the future, I'm planning to, like, definitely use that resource, because any business owner should have a mentor.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot out there that we don't know.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a crazy ride, but it's been me and God, and He has just been providing, and then He sent Benita. It's been me, God,
Benita's a bomb.
beloved Cutz.
Yeah.
You know, and we have my sister there. She's a braider. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm gonna throw this to you, B. I don't know why I gave you the evil laugh. I didn't mean that. I'm not actually in the crazy.
I was a little bit.
That was how evil laugh. You know what I'm saying? It's the
Where
wine.
you going? Where you going?
But so you've been doing this for a long time. So talk to me about how do you live a life after. I mean, you spend a lot of time in the shop. Like, how do you balance being time for B? I know you love what you do so much. So I know being in the shop is kind of therapeutic, but the hours that people do put in within this business.
I love it.
You do?
I love it so much. If I wanted time for fun, I can have fun.
Okay.
But barbering is really my life. Thanks to Bria, I now have my instructor license. So I go from the shop over to Styles and Cutz Barbering and Cosmetology School in Portsmouth, and I teach. So right now, at 54, I'm able to pour into those coming behind me.
That's amazing.
So that's. I go to church. I feed the homeless on Sunday, along with Deaconess Lopez from One Accord Church in Virginia Beach. And right now, my life is just about serving others.
Right.
That's where I get my joy.
I love that. So do you think if you don't have a passion like that, can you survive in this business? I mean,
No.
You don't think so?
Not to be.
I'm wondering that because
so
I'm a workaholic. I get it from my mom and dad. I love you, mom and dad. But I mean, I was raised where they were both at one point working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
So I've come from an environment where, like,
Yeah.
you don't work, you don't eat.
Yeah.
You want these shoes, you have to work to get them. So
Yeah.
it's easy to get caught up in it. And the next thing you know, he's like, oh man, I hadn't had a day off in 5 weeks, 5 months or something like that. So, but the passion, like for when I'm doing this, I really love this. And I see the passion what you do.
There's so much money to be made.
Right.
So some people just do it for the money.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, I know 2 barbers who almost, if they haven't died behind a barber chair, endless cutting for years. No doctors, appointments, this and that, because it was on that grind.
Right.
They
want to take the time off.
Not men don't go to the doctors enough.
Message.
And they're there behind that chair grinding.
Yeah.
Because it's easy money, and it's good money, and it's honest money, and they love what they do.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm more at the shop, more I'm home.
Yeah.
We just go home to sleep.
I can definitely give an example of a barber I knew. I'm not trying to laugh at him, but he used to get the gout a lot.
Oh no.
And so that way, but he would get to the point where it would be so severe he had to take a break.
Yeah,
like,
that's
he can't
how-
stand.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't stand. You know, so and watching him go through that, it's like, man, you run the shop, take a day off. But
Exactly.
he also had the most clientele too.
The crave. Like, even on my day off, I'm thinking about the next haircut.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think
We
What about
dream designs, we dream haircuts.
Yeah.
It's a passion. If people don't look at it like an art and a passion like that, I wouldn't sit in that chair.
Yeah. I think also some barbers don't know how to like set themselves up financially to take off.
There we go. That's the message.
You know, they don't know how to create other streams of income so that their shop doesn't have to just run off of them. Because like you said, the barber you knew, he had the most clientele, so his barbers probably were having a hard time paying booth rent and stuff like that. So a lot of times when you're the owner, if you're not set up correctly, your income is paying for your business. And as a business owner that is also like a producer of what you're, giving to the market, your income should be your income, and that business that you open should be making its own income.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of barbers aren't able to take off, because they haven't set themselves up to be able to, and I mean, I'm speaking for myself too, like
Right.
I am definitely working on that. Like, we have to do better as barbers, looking at ourselves as business owners.
There we go.
Because a lot of us just get into it, like you said, for the hustle.
Yeah.
And we don't really take the time to be like, okay, well, this is a business. I need an LLC. I need, tax. I need to have my tax stuff set up. I need to get these business loans, stuff like that. Like, there's so many opportunities out there for us to make it easy for ourselves, but we just don't take the time to learn that side. We just know hustle, hustle, hustle.
Right.
So
It's definitely grind.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I met a barber that I felt like didn't have the grind, and that was culture shock. I was like, wait a minute. And I walked in at 4 o'clock. Said, I'm done for today. I'm like,
yeah.
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I've been here since 10.
grinds
I'm
my
like,
gears.
okay.
You gotta
Right.
set boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to set boundaries.
True.
Otherwise, you'll be in there grinding
Yeah.
constantly.
It's not a new wave, but the wave within the last, I'll say, 10 years of setting appointments and stuff like that. How important is that with your business, setting appointments?
I love it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm a big appointment person. Just because I don't know if it's, and I'm not claiming anxiety, but when I have a bunch of people sitting there staring at me, waiting for me to finish a haircut, I feel like I can't really focus the way I want to. Because people are just looking at you like, can you hurry up so you can cut my hair? Can you hurry up?
Oh,
so you can cut my hair?
yeah. Just something coming there.
We're the opposite. I love to walk.
Yeah, she likes walking.
Yeah. That's why I had a feeling. That's why I wanted to ask that question.
Yeah, I'm more of a I like to know
Structure.
who, and even though I come off as extroverted when it comes to my business, I'm a very introverted person. So me personally, and this might sound bad because I was saying it to my client the other day, I was like, when I look at my schedule for the day, I know how many conversations I have to have. I know I know what time I'm getting there. I know, and I don't do, this is bad, don't do this, but it's no lunch break. It's just like client, right? And for me, it just sets that sense of control. It's a control thing,
I understand that. You know what your day's like.
Yeah, and it's controlled. So it's like, for me, walking sometimes, because shops I worked at used to be so busy, it was chaotic. You don't know what haircut you doing. You don't know how long it's going to take. You might take, an hour on this cut. When you told somebody it'll be a 30-minute wait, and then you get into the haircut. Like, it freaks me out. So I don't do well with it. However, some barbers like walk-ins.
Yeah. V, you still love the grind of the walk-in and got your next.
Yeah.
That is a different feel.
Yeah. We balance each other.
Yeah. Because, our shop takes, appointments, walk-ins. So, yeah, it goes hand in hand. But it's just like, me, I get so nervous when I see people sitting there staring at me. Because it's like you can just hear them thinking, now why she doing all that? She talking, she cutting them down.
I know people that get
I'm like,
impatient with that.
God, please.
I'm total opposite. You want the cut, you're going to sit there and wait.
Exactly.
You don't want that same conversation with you, though.
Right.
You don't want me to rush on you.
Exactly.
And they like the time that you take on them because they know that you care about what you're doing. And people don't like to feel like a process line. Get them in
Yes.
Get them out.
Yeah.
Get them in. Get them out. You know, there's men that haven't even experienced a hot towel razor shave ever.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
men that never experienced a facial ever.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know, these are things that need to be opened up and shared with men.
Right.
You know, and there's nothing wrong with it. Healthy skin, healthy hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Pamper.
Pamper,
Go to
yep.
sleep.
Yes.
Come on.
Exactly.
Come on with it. this
she'll do it
is the
too.
conversation I've always wanted. I've asked all the questions I've always ever wanted to ask a barber. This is the interview I think I was born to do.
Right. You're doing great. Questions.
Preach it.
They're great.
Now they about to get hard.
Oh God.
Not you know. So I watched a lot of television. Always have. Watched a lot of movies. Can you guys think of? Can you ladies tell me? If you, we'll give you a second because I have an example.
Okay.
The worst cut you've seen on a actor, actress on TV, movies.
Man.
Can you think of one?
Stephen A. Smith.
Oh my God.
Also, because I'm a Cowboys fan.
There we go.
So-
hey, yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
Come
you
on.
know,
Come on.
Tom.
How about him?
What's his name? Wayne. That does
Oh,
the,
Wayne Brady?
No,
No,
the
wait.
black guy. He did the little game shows he does. He was on Whose Line Is It?
Yeah, Wayne Brady.
Okay,
Yep,
yeah. Man,
Yeah, he's had
his
he had some
hairline was
lineups.
pushed
Yeah.
back like a bad traffic jam. You hear me?
Yeah,
And
the
I
bad
can't
traffic
stand-
jam.
And I can't stand when people
Y'all
forehead's
y'all
not
missed
that
some good
big.
ones.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got his forehead about this
Yeah.
block long,
Yeah.
and it's like, man,
Yes.
listen, TV
Yeah.
period. I pay attention
Yes.
to stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that
figured you
now.
did. Y'all ever seen the movie
Tyler
Soul
Perry.
Food?
Oh.
Yeah.
You seen the movie? Okay, so Soul Food. Remember the little boy?
All of their haircuts was jacked.
Awful.
Ask me,
The only one
like-
that had a good cut was Makai Fiber because he was bald.
Yeah, and then check
Ah,
it.
'cause
So,
he was
and you
bald.
know they spending an arm and a leg out there in California for them jack
Talk to me.
behind haircuts.
Yes.
But you ain't hear from me.
That's what I said.
But you
Tyler
on
Perry,
in a
baby.
movie, and the thing about
Can't
Soul
stand
Food.
He be doing them haircuts.
Soul Food,
terrible.
yo, yeah, Tyler, yeah, and I'm like,
Haircuts,
all that
wigs.
land you got there, Tyler Perry, you could probably have a barbershop
Not even
on the
that. Most of the people would do it for free
Yeah.
for
If
exposure.
If you just let me fix it.
set. Yeah.
I just want
Yeah.
to scream, let me fix it.
I've
I
never
know
seen.
Fresh Prince. No, not his. I know he hyped up the box,
Gotcha.
but his in the beginning haircuts when
Oh,
there was no hairline.
It was way back. He
And
like
it
a
was
eraser
just
head.
straight.
He like a eraser head.
Yes,
It sure
just
was like the first
straight.
couple seasons, right? The
Yes,
early,
and it was
yeah.
like this, and it was just straight around.
He had to go back home to get that.
Did
cut.
we not know how to? Did we
He had
not
to
know
go
what
back
the
to
proper
Philly.
fade? I mean, he was from Philly too. Come
Yeah,
on.
hey, that's
I know that's your hometown. I know. Come on.
He had to go back
Philly
home
is known
to
for
get
the
it.
fade.
Yeah, we fade masters.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's right.
What happened, Will?
Well, listen, I
He was
guarantee.
a Hollywood
I guarantee those haircuts was not a Philly.
Yeah.
He had to go back home to get the right cut.
Yeah.
But also, I think it was the style back then too, right? Not to have it super. Like, I don't think that box was super. Like the box edge up, was it super popular back then when they first came out?
I mean, when he rocked it, he was one of the few people that had it. That it wasn't a high top. Like, well, he did have a high one.
like
for me.
the edge
It wasn't.
up. I
It
don't
wasn't
know
no
if the
kid
edge
in
ups were
play.
like this,
It wasn't
yeah.
no kid in
There
play.
wasn't no
Yeah.
kid to play. Nah, kids was crisp,
Yeah.
right?
Kid
Yeah.
was
Kid
up
and
there,
play.
right?
They both
Yeah.
theirs was
They
crisp.
that
Big
was
Daddy
definitely-
Kane's dancer, Big Daddy Kane's. It was
Yeah.
always well, Big Daddy Kane actually can cut, but
Yeah.
I mean, those were those are epic. Like
Yeah.
some of the best. If
Yeah.
you think about it in history, like
Yeah.
they've had some of the best lines. Like
Yes. And they won't push back.
right, they weren't.
They had nice haircuts.
Yeah.
We all can't beat Jalen Rose. Y'all know who Jalen Rose is.
Yeah,
Jalen Rose-
yeah.
Jalen
Dude,
Rose
he
is
always
probably
got that.
always.
Yes, with the little swoop.
all the time.
Yes,
Like it
his
looks like a
thing
rug.
Oh, who is his barber? Oh my gosh, I follow. I think it's is that Pop Vision? I don't know, but his barber is so talented.
Yeah.
that cut is always on point.
Always on
I think
point.
he's like Steve Harvey, like gets it cut multiple times a week.
Yeah. Especially when he
Steve
was.
Harvey had a
on
hairpiece,
ESPN.
boo.
No, but
Come on now.
Steve Harvey said he used to get his hair done
Yeah,
like
okay,
multiple
well,
times
what
in 1
year?
week.
What year?
Maybe he was getting his glue laid back down.
It was too perfect.
He said it was laying down.
Yeah, it was too perfect.
He said he got his hair done multiple times in 1 week.
Man,
so
that's why.
whether
he
that be
bald.
his edge up or his glue,
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking it might be the glue.
you know.
Yeah, man,
It
yeah.
might be the
To each
glue.
his own.
Sweating
Yeah.
off that glue. Come off that. Coming off that ball. You know what
Yeah.
was under there.
Those are some of the worst ones I can think of offhand
Yeah.
have been on television that I'm just like,
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't really watch the Power Rangers like that, but the brother that I just picture his.
Oh, I think he had the same thing like Will Smith too.
He
Just
did,
no
yeah.
edge up.
But
Just
it got worse over time.
Sure,
you know?
I'm pretty sure I was too grown to watch the Power. I'm pretty sure I know I didn't. I'm sure I didn't watch.
So the message here, brothers and sisters, if you end up being in the industry, you end up being on television, and you end up being in movies, man, find you a barber, ask.
Yes.
Ask us, it's in the budget.
Don't let them see you on TV like that.
Right, yeah. That's got to be the worst. Yeah, we don't like that.
I'm realizing barbers don't know where the lines go.
I've always wanted that. So we've always talked about, you and I talked about when we first met, about the constant pushback of the hairline. Especially for people like me who my hairline was getting pushed back and I didn't realize, I thought I was receding. I'm not receding.
No.
You know? So is it because, I will say this, most men, they give us what we ask for. So if we come in there and say we want to edge up and our hairline's already back, they'll go ahead and push it back even more. No. They won't even say, man, you don't, it's already, I'm going to do this instead. They give you what you want. And like, why do you think that is when it comes to...
I got the answers.
Talk to me.
You got a lot of barbers out there that's not licensed. That's number one. Then you got a lot of barbers out there that someone in the shop taught them. Mm-hmm. But if you went to school, you'll learn the anatomy of the face.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. And you know your bone structures of the face and the head. They never change. Mm-hmm. So if you know the structure, you know where each line goes, and they'll always go there. If you never learned the structure of a face or the head, you'll put these lines anywhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, for instance, these lines here never goes behind the eyebrow.
Gotcha.
But they push back all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right? Supposed to be between the high point and the low point of the eyebrow. Mm-hmm. This is your frontal bone, and it comes right on the outside of the bone. So if they never went to school for it, they know?
No, they would know.
They guessing. Then you got barbers who's blind.
Yeah.
You know, our eyes go bad.
Over time,
So and a lot of them, some of them cutting, some of them cut without their glasses, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they're not really seeing the fine hair in the front that you can shape it up. So they're going straight into the dark part, pushing your hairline back. Mm-hmm. There's so many things going on around here. Yeah. That people is not really being pushed back. Receding. You're just being pushed back. Yeah. I'm a repairer. I love repairing it. Mm-hmm. The thing is this: if you can break it, can you fix it?
Come on.
Period.
Come on. Fellas, you can be repaired. You just got to find the right person.
The edge of repair.
You got the right people right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
We'll get you right.
They will get you right. And I love the fact that, like I said, black-owned, woman-owned, it's right in the community. Yeah, super accessible. Whenever you want to go, you want to tell everybody how they can how to book you, stuff like that, or to come on.
So if you guys are looking to get the best haircut of your life, you can go to www.girlsthatfade.com. We are Girls That Fade everywhere. So Girls That Fade on Instagram, on Facebook. When you go to the website, you'll just click on make an appointment. It'll pull up our booking link. And then we're located on 1064 Lynn Haven Parkway, right by Lynn Haven Mall, maybe about 5 minutes from the mall.
Suite 107.
Yep, Suite 107. If you put Girls That Fade in Google, you'll find us. Just Girls That Fade anywhere will pop up, okay?
And they only charge $5 for a cut, so you know what I'm saying. So
add a zero to that.
What?
Add a zero. It's 550, but it's okay. It's the best haircut of your life. Worth the experience.
Just keep it real. Do you get any pushback about it being 50 sometimes? Do you know some guys will...
No, I will say no.
Because you got
the only reason why I was about to say yes is just because, it'll be one random person out of nowhere that will try to walk by and be like, especially with us being women, I feel like men will try us sometimes. Well, at least like me sometimes when I'm there, they will try to try me and be like, "Oh, how much you charge for your cuts?" And I'll be like, "It's it starts at 40 and it goes up." And they'll be like, "Oh, I'm just trying to get the edge up." Okay, well, our edge up's at 30. Oh, well, if I get the edge up, can you just taper the back? No, because that's a haircut. Right. So. Edge up means trimmers, so.
They know, fellas.
Yeah, we know. You're not slick. Once I pick up those clippers.
Right here.
But we do look out for our seniors.
Yes. Yeah, we do. And military.
Military, firefighters, cops.
Police. Yeah.
First responders.
We offer Thank You Thursdays. What is it? 10% off. We do a couple of discounts. Like she said, we still look out for the community. We still try to, look out for people. But it is a quality haircut. It is. And we believe that we're worth what we charge. So, and once you come in, you'll experience it, and you'll see most definitely too. Get a hot towel, get a face massage from Miss Tender.
Tender tips.
Exactly.
Tender what?
TIPS.
That's it. I'm a little old, so I've been listening to loud music for a long time. I was kind of wondering, like, what?
What?
I'm like, hold on now. Like, we got to turn the lights down low. We taking the tops off, or what's going on here? Taking the roof off?
Head massages. We do a lot of head and neck massages, face massages.
Yes.
I mean, it really could be a spa.
Yeah.
Do you think that's necessary? I don't want to say necessary. You think that's almost now should be mandatory for barbers to know how to do everything, not just to cut?
You go to school, you learn it all.
Oh, you learn. Okay, gotcha.
You learn all of that. Whether they apply it or not is a different story. And then let me tell you something. I've learned when I was home in Philadelphia that at that time there was like 3,500 licensed barbers. We had over 5,000 in the city alone. Wow. So that should tell you something. Wow. If you never went to school, you never learned it.
Right.
They, I don't take away from apprenticeships and stuff like that, but you're not getting the details that you need if you went through school.
Is there something that you can, like, for the moms, even the fathers out there, that maybe they have a young man, 6, 7 year old? Is there something they can see, they can tell? Is there what's a telltale sign besides actual cut that they may not be licensed? I mean, is there something that has to be in the window or in their chair area?
When you walk in, you should see. It's actually required to have your business license, your salon license, and each personal barber's license displayed. So,
okay.
When you walk in, you should see a little rectangular blue paper on either every station or somewhere in the front. So that right there shows that they're licensed.
We're putting a lot out there right now, man.
Oh well.
Is that too much? I mean,
also,
they gonna get us.
Also, they gonna get me. I'm licensed.
I was like, wait a minute.
I'm talking about they done put us in a
Oh, you mean the unlicensed barbers?
Oh, listen, we ain't calling out by name. We're not calling out by name.
I ain't saying nothing.
And you can always tell the ones that don't have license. They say stuff like, "There's great barbers that never went to school."
Yeah,
right. That you don't have your license.
And they don't. And also, the risk with going to someone that is unlicensed or being an unlicensed barber is you don't learn sanitation.
I'm about to say that.
Forget cutting hair.
I'm a victim.
You don't learn sanitation. Yeah. And a lot of these barbers will be not sanitizing their tools correctly and passing bacteria, diseases, anything. So, you might go to that barber because they give you whatever, you don't trust a woman, whatever. Known this person for so long, but they cutting you up. They're not cleaning their clippers. That's all bacteria.
You got all these bumps.
Right.
You got alopecia going on back here, because of some kind of bacteria.
They're not using proper skin. We learn about, like she said, there's so much knowledge when you go to school. We even learn about the follicles and stuff like that. So we're using proper products on hair to cleanse and stuff like that, because we have a lot of clients. Well, me personally, I have some clients that do enhancements. Okay. And that's a popular thing between barbers now. Yeah. But are these barbers educated on to teach you how to cleanse your hair so these enhancements don't clog your follicles and make you end up going bald?
Yeah.
Wow.
No. So it's just a lot of risk. I just say support the licensed barbers, and if you're not licensed, there's so many ways to go to school now.
Right.
There's scholarships, all types of stuff. So,
Styles at Cutz Barber and Cosmetology School in Portsmouth.
There you go.
I'm an instructor.
One more time, just in case for the people in the back. Tell me one more time.
Styles and Cutz Barber and Cosmetology School in Portsmouth. Instructor Benita Love.
I'm so glad that y'all came through here. I'm so glad that not only did I get a chance to ask questions I want to ask, but I think there's questions that other people have kind of wanted to ask, but just never really asked a barber who really tight or cool with someone they can ask. And I'd say congratulations on what you've been doing, and I know it's going to go bigger and further.
Yeah.
What you're doing, I have a lot of confidence in seeing what just the growth since I've been going. Just seeing it, and that's just been a few months, but really like to see where else it's going to take you and how far it's going to go. I can see Girls That Fade in every part of 7 cities. You know what I'm saying? I can see that happen. I can really see that happen. Mm-hmm. And thank you so much for taking care of me, B. When I first went in there, and I came in there with you know what I'm saying? For taking care of me and not judging and getting me right to where I am now, and my hair is growing healthily, and it's a good thing. There was a time.
Healing hand.
Yeah.
Oh, period.
Yep.
Healing hand.
Come on, that should be the next tattoo, right? Healing hair.
Healing hair.
Get that right here.
Healing hair.
Healing
get it right here.
hair,
It's going to
healing
go all the way across. Healing hair for tone.
Let me help
Right.
you.
Look, any angel investors out there, y'all hit us up. We are accepting all angel investors.
There we go. Investors, yes.
If you want to be a blessing, sow a seed,
Yes.
Right.
Speaking of that, we also cut. I know I have, and I know Bria's going to start. Every Sunday we cut, every first Sunday I cut the homeless hair.
Oh, great.
You got to give back.
True that. True.
Along with Deaconess Lopez, with One Accord, we also feed the homeless and we feed the senior citizens every Sunday.
Love that you do that.
You got to give back.
That's what give
You
back.
can't expect to give anywhere you don't look.
Right.
You got to give to get.
There we
Period.
go.
And I love it. I ain't like doing it for free more than I do getting the money.
Yeah.
It's
You see the
more-
look on their faces when you're done with them, huh?
Yeah, it's a need.
Yeah.
You got to meet a need.
I love it.
Yeah.
People always want to hoard and wonder why you don't get nowhere. Release it. You see so much come to you.
It's tea right there.
It's definitely
Clock
tea.
it.
Well, we're going to wrap this up, but once again, thank you so much for being here. We're going to probably continue this conversation when this mic's off. But once again, tell everybody where they can go ahead and find you, just so to make sure that they know exactly how to get in contact.
Okay. So again, best haircut in the
Come
757.
on.
Girls That Fade on everything. Located at 1064 Lynn Haven Parkway, Suite 107. Girls That Fade on Instagram, Facebook, Google, Yelp, wherever you look. Girls That Fade.
Be Love Cutz. You can find me on Instagram. And you can find me on Facebook.
This voice is killing me.
I didn't say no Luther Vandross yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's just,
Don't
Sorry.
do that. Don't do
My
that.
bad.
Quiet storming. And sometimes I sing to my clients. They love it. They love it.
she hasn't quite sung in my ear yet, so I'll let you know how that goes down, if it's up
you're
or down.
just too funny.
I think
We laugh too much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come in
it's
there.
a
I'm gonna try to
vibe.
shut my mouth. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
Tree, be like, you don't know me. I want to hear keep sweating A minor.
Not
A minor.
We're too much alike.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we do.
That's what we vibe
bounce,
well.
We bounce off each other.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Thank you for having us.
Of course,
Thank you.
of course, yes. That's what we
you.
do. It's Tone Hollywood right here. Come through Thursdays, probably the best one ever. Thank you so much for being here. It's 100.5 to 5.